Hello, this is Mr. Jarrett, and in this video tutorial we are going to be 3D modeling this object without the isometric. So you have to kind of put together the different measurements to understand and formulate an idea of what this is actually going to look like. So the first thing you want to do is actually find the origin's location. So here in our front view we see it's in the bottom left hand corner, and if we follow that up to the top view we can see it is in the back left-hand corner. So that means that this actually is in the bottom back left-hand corner. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is figure out your units, which in this case is inches. And after that, we want to decide what view is best to draw this from. So there's always different ways that you can do this, but I can see from my front view some angled shapes and some circles. So if I drew this from a different view, that means we'd have to cut that stuff out later on. Our front view would allow us to cut that all out. And then if I look at the right side view, I can see that I have some fillets, I have a circle, and I also have some material here and here that I need to remove. So this piece, following that over, is this. You can see it doesn't go the whole way back, and actually is just right in the middle. Our top view is rather confusing, so we're just basically going to be using these measurements, but we're not going to use that as a drawing. So I would choose either the front view or the right side view. It's about the same amount of steps either way. But for this, I'm just going to use the front view because we're used to drawing with that. So pull this to your other screen, and in SolidWorks, you want to create a new part, and you want to set this to inches, or IPS, and I'm going to be sketching on the front plane. And use your line tool to basically just draw that shape that you see. Okay, once you have that basic shape, then you need to fix it up. So both of these angled lines are going to be set to equal. So hold in Shift and select both of them. We can also select these two bottom lines, and they are not only equal, they are also collinear of one another. So now when I move them in or out, or up or down, they move together. So everything else is pretty much set in place just by changing those couple relations. And then you can go ahead and start dimensioning. So let's dimension the circle first. And that says it has a diameter of 0.5. It says the overall height, so from the bottom all the way up to the top, overall height is 4. So I might stretch it a little bit. And then from the bottom up to the circle is 3.5. And the bottom up to this line, it says it's 3. And then the other measurement that it shows is 1. But that measurement we are not actually going to be using yet. So all of this extra stuff in here, if you follow that over, you see a hidden line, a center line, and a hidden line. So if we follow that over, that's this circle. And this line here is where it starts from the straight into the curve. So we're not even going to use any of this on our front view. All those lines are going to be created when we make this stuff on our right side view. So we're not going to use that 1 yet. We are going to use this 2 because that hidden line following that across is this cutout. So from the bottom up to this hidden line is going to be 2. Now we need our widths, so going left and right. So we can see on our front view, it says from this line to this dot, straight up is 0.63. It says from the left edge to the center of the circle is 1.25. And it shows that from the left edge to this dot is going to be 1.87. So all of this at the top is now good. That is all fully defined. Now we just need to worry about the stuff in the middle. So for the stuff in the middle, we actually have to use our top view. So none of that is dimensioned here. So if I follow this line straight up, we see that there is a hidden line here, and from our top view, we wouldn't be able to see anything that's at the bottom. So these hidden lines that are dimensioned is 0.64 from the left. That's going to be this. And the other one here is 1.86. So from the left to this line is going to be 0.64. And since we already have this equal, it fully defined everything, but just to prove to you that we do have the correct measurement in there, it's 1.86. So just to show you that. Okay, now everything is fully defined, so we can go to the Features tab and hit Extrude. And I'm actually going to select both parts of these, and we can make this come forward. And we're going to make it come forward a total of 1.5. And I can see that on my right side view. Okay. Now we can go ahead and fillet, get your fillet tool. And on our right side view, it shows that there are 4 edges at 0.38. And those 4 edges are down here. They're these corners. So select all 4 of those. Oops, I'm clicking a whole bunch of spots I don't mean to. All 4 corners. Green check. Now we have the nice filleted bottoms. And then we're going to be sketching right here on this flat surface. So get your sketch tool, select this flat surface, and Control 8. I'm going to get the circle tool, draw a big circle in here. And I'm going to draw 2 rectangles up at the top. So rectangle tool, draw like this and like that. And we're going to cut all of this stuff out so that we have that sliver up at the top. Then we can go ahead and dimension this, and this is very clear on our right side view. So you can just look there and find the measurements. And this circle is a diameter of 0.75. And as far as left and right goes, and up and down, we're going to have to use some other views. So from the bottom up, remember this 1 inch that went to the center line, so that's now when we're going to use it. And if we find the other center line that's up here, from the front to the center, it's 0.75. So from the bottom up, going to be 1. And from the front to the middle, 0.75. Then we can go ahead to the Features tab, Extrude Cut. We're going to have all 3 selected and change this to Through All. Hit the green check, and there's our object. So just to put this into wireframe with the hidden lines so you can see it from the front view, this is exactly what we have other than the center lines here. From the right side view, this is also the same thing that we have other than the center lines and center marks. And from our top view, this is also that very confusing view that we have. Okay, so this is definitely our object. We just need to make sure that we did everything correct. So let's go ahead and change our material. And our material is alloy steel, so that is not a default. So we need to edit the material. Find that here in this folder. Hit apply and close, and then we can evaluate it. And we should be getting 2.16 pounds. So if you got that, you can save this and move on to the next one. And if you didn't, rewind the video or go into one of your sketches and find out where you went wrong, or maybe one of your extrusions. Continue to problem solve until you got this correct.